Hi folks, you know the reason I'm airing the following program is to introduce a whole new generation of primetime viewers to the spectacle of a grown individual risking life and limb simply to entertain America.
What individual is that, George?
What? Why, it's me.
Oh, give me a break. What else is on?
Mark. Hi, I'm George Deronda, and welcome to Primetime. And what a show we have for you this time. Let me tell you, this is all the excitement you'd ever want from a television program, because coming up on the big show, we will be touring the Amherst Railway Society's big railroad show over at the Better Living Center. But first, it's a group that's taking the area by storm. Yes, here to perform conga is Reflection.
Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. conga.
Wow, what a band, what a show. It's Reflection playing conga. Sounded great, I can't get over it. But hey, don't go to bed yet. When we come back, we're gonna have railroads.
Fozzie, what is this?
Oh, Kermit, it's my new ball.
I'm talking about this mess.
Oh, that was the packaging.
You know, Fozzie, when you buy things that are overpackaged, you create more garbage and hurt the environment.
I do?
Try to choose products that aren't overpackaged and recycle whenever you can.
You mean like this banana peel?
You can recycle a banana peel?
Sure. Yeah!
To find out how you can help, write to Make a Difference, National Wildlife Federation, Washington, D.C. 20036.
Isn't comedy wonderful?
Hi, and welcome back to Primetime. Well, what do you do on a Sunday afternoon when there's no primetime to watch on television? Well, you can do what we did. Take a tour of the Amherst Railway Society Big Railroad Show, and this is what we saw. Hi, we're here at the Amherst Railroad Society, their big railroad show, and I'll tell you, I haven't seen anything bigger. And this is a rather big display here, and we're here with Ray Chappell. And tell us about this amazing bridge here.
Well, this is a model of a Scherzer rolling lift bridge that was one of two identical bridges over the Housatonic River in Devon, Connecticut. The model you're looking at now was constructed 50 years ago by one of our members. It took him 2 years to build it. It was built out of sheet brass, and then it was all riveted together, and there are over 33,000 rivets in there.
Those are real rivets.
Those are real rivets. Each one was put in by hand.
And it actually works.
It actually works, yeah. Just as soon as the train clears, if you'd like me to, I'll put it up.
Well, as in real life, we don't want to put the bridge up while the train is still on it.
That's right.
This is certainly amazing. And it took him 2 years to build it.
That's correct, yeah. His son is a member now, and he remembers his father going down into the cellar just about every night to...
Day after day.
Day after day.
So we're actually going to see it work.
Yes, we are.
Oh, let's take a look at it.
Okay. Now you have to put it up kind of slow because it's 50 years old.
Is it a large motor that drives this?
No, it's a very small motor. It's counterbalanced by the steel counterweights in the upper right-hand side. And it's pretty perfectly balanced so that it will go up without a lot of electrical power or electrical control. It pretty much works like the real bridge does.
And this particular scale is called?
This is O scale, or 1/4 inch to the foot.
Amazing, and it fits like a glove.
Yeah. We've got good engineers.
Way back then.
Yeah.
One good engineer.
Yes. One good dedicated model railroader, that's what it was.
And I can't get over that amazing detail.
Well, that's part of the thing. This man gave 2 years of his life to put it together. And he did it as a love for the hobby.
And it's great that you share it with everyone.
Well, that's what we like about the hobby. We can come up here and share it with everybody.
Well, I'm here with Ann, and she's been my guide through this entire railroad show.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, it's like we've just met.
Yeah, well,
Now, I understand you've prepared a song.
yes. I've got the group from the office, who is Bob Buck, who's show director, the main task force behind this show. And we're going to sing I've Been Working on the Railroad. Okay?
Sounds great to me. Hit it.
I've been working on the railroad all the live long days. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away.
We're here with Gary Domer, and you're from,
Mohegan and Pequot Model Railroad Club in Groton, Connecticut.
and this is HO scale, I understand.
Yes, sir.
We were overlooking at the O scale now. This is a bit smaller.
This is half the size of O scale. That's where the name came from. Half O, it's been shortened to HO.
Okay, and does it make it any less expensive?
Well, this stuff is probably less expensive than the O stuff because there's a lot more of this available. 75% of the people in the hobby model in this stuff, which means there's more of a market, which means the prices come down. The O scale is maybe 20% of the market. The market share is smaller, so the prices go up.
You have a unique feature. You have an actual video camera mounted in a train.
Right. If you could, well, I don't know if you can see the monitor or not, but inside one of our diesel engines, where the headlight would normally be, is a TV camera. And then there's a monitor, and you can sit there and ride the train right around the layout. It's quite impressive.
So while you're watching the train go around, you can pretend you're right on it.
Exactly it.
That is amazing. Something new every year.
Right. The only problem with this is that it's only in black and white right now. Hopefully a color version will be coming out shortly.
Well, I'm sure someone's working on that right now.
Let's hope so.
Can't you hear the whistle blowing? Lights up so early in the morning. Can't you hear the captain shouting? Dinah, blow your horn.
And you know, you don't have to have a lot of money, and you don't really even have to have a lot of experience to get into training. Right, Roger? This is Roger Pelletier.
That's true. You just have to have a lot of patience in this case.
And do these guys have patience?
No, I'm the one who has to have the patience. It's not their locomotives that they're crashing up.
Crashing up!
No, that's all right. They're having a good time, which is the most important part.
And who came up with the ideas of the Legos?
I did. What I wanted the kids to be able to make the houses. I didn't want to give them too many restrictions as to scale and everything because they're not ready for that yet. I just want them to be creative, and they were. I think the thing about this is it's gone over so well that, you know, we thought this might be a one-year project, but I have a feeling they're going to want us to come back next year.
And you are?
Judo Mastery.
And how did you get into training?
I just started.
You just started? This is your first year?
Well, not really. It's really my second year because I have like a train set at my house.
And did you make any of the Legos?
Yeah, my house is over there somewhere.
Your house is over there somewhere. And who do we have here?
Andrew Paquette.
And how long have you been into training?
Just this year for Cub Scouts.
Just this year. Do you think you're going to continue?
No.
No! But are you having fun?
Yes.
Then why don't you want to continue? If they let you, would you want to?
Yeah. If I could get one for my own house. Yes.
Okay, Mom and Dad, he wants one for his own house.
Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn?
Well, we're here with what I understand is the hit of the show, and we're here with Alan and Rob. Tell us about this scale. We saw O scale. We saw HO scale. And this is?
This is O gauge.
This is O gauge.
It's really O scale, but it's Lionel trains where they are not scale proportion. They're more a toy train. And they run on 3-rail track versus the 2-rail like the regular O scale.
And this is your associate?
This is Rob here. And we got together and decided to put a layout together, build one together. I used to do American Flyer, and he would do standard gauge, and they were both half the size. And we pulled our efforts together, and we came up with this monster here.
Does it keep you out of trouble?
Yeah.
Do you have to go to the bank often?
No, not really. Not really. We've both been collecting for a number of years, and little at a time, this is what we put together.
And Rob is the quiet one.
He doesn't say much.
No, never say much.
And how many miles of track would we have here?
Scale or otherwise?
Scale.
15, 18 miles of track, not much.
And how long does it take you to set up a layout like this?
It probably took us about 3 months working nights, a couple nights a week to build it. And we made it so it's fairly portable. And when we bring it to a show, we started noontime yesterday, and we had the trains running in about 8 hours. Running and all the trees down and everything in place in about 8 hours.
Without a flaw.
Of course, without a flaw.
That's why you're experts.
That's right, yeah.
Just headaches.
Yeah.
No flaws, only
Yeah.
headaches.
First time we did it, we had a few electrical problems, but we got it down pat now where we can get it together. And it runs the first time every time.
Guaranteed, first time every time.
Of course it's guaranteed. We guarantee everything we do.
And this is a junior trainee.
Yeah.
And you're Alan Jr.?
Yep.
How old are some of these trains?
Well, Lionel has been making trains since 1900, and they've been making O-gauge trains since the late teens. As far as compatibility goes, since 1946, they haven't tampered with perfection. You can take a train that was made after the war, and it'll couple together with a brand new Lionel train being made today. And
So there is some consistency right along.
oh yeah, that's probably why they're so successful with life. They've stuck with a good thing. And the trains here go from, some of them are even pre-war we've got here, before the war, right up until this year's issue. So there's like a 45, 50-year gap here in trains, or a span, I should say.
So unlike some companies that change annually,
Right.
it's like almost planned obsolescence.
Yeah.
They've stuck with a good thing.
That's right. Yeah, people come into my store, and they've got trains from when they were a child, and they ask me, can I still get parts for this, or can I run these trains? Sure, no problem. You can buy trains right off the shelf, and they're perfectly interchangeable with what you had when you were a kid. And people love that because they dig them out, and they want to get their kids involved, and you know, they'll buy a new train for Junior, and Dad has his train from when he was a kid 30 years ago.
And you
they
can
run together.
you can build an awesome layout like this.
That's right. That's right. Been collecting for about 20 years, and Rob, you've been collecting how long now?
About 5 or 6 years. I would have a relative newcomer to the whole thing.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Strumming on the old banjo.
Well, we've seen O scale, HO scale, Lionel, and this is called
N scale.
N scale.
Right
Very tiny N scale. How did it get its name?
I really don't know. I know it's 1/160th as far as scale is concerned, but it's very small as compared to the other scales.
So it takes a lot of patience.
A lot of patience
to work
and,
with this scale.
and sometimes some glasses to be able to see what you're doing.
And where there's smoke,
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
but not necessarily in this case.
No, well, in this case, the fire is not a real fire. It's nothing more than a flickering light bulb that's inside the building, and the building is lined with the orange cellophane paper to get the realistic glow of the fire. And when you plug it in, the flickering of the light bulb plus the orange cellophane gives you the illusion of a fire inside the building. Then I've added the smoke idea, and it's nothing more than a smoke generator with a liquid that I put inside of a tub, and there's an electric element, and the heat of the element converts the liquid into smoke, and that's what you're seeing right now.
We have the Trump
We
Plaza.
also have Trump Plaza, and the gambling casino is down in this area, and the rest of the building is a hotel. Next to the hotel, there's a movie theater, and the famous Gone with the Wind is playing. And you'll see that the people are in line getting ready to buy tickets. Next to the...
And I wonder who crafted the people. They're so tiny.
Yeah, the people come already made and painted.
Really?
And all I have to do is really just use a pair of tweezers and glue them in place.
A pair of tweezers. I'm glad I don't have the job of painting them.
Right. Well, you can buy unpainted, but it's very time-consuming and it's bad
I can imagine.
especially my eyes. When you get to be my age, you can't see that well, and you have to use bifocal glasses.
And you're 35.
Right, you're with me. Across the street is Jordan Marsh, and on the roof of the building we have sunbathers. In the air we have some jets flying over, and notice that all the buildings have blinker lights to warn the jet fighters that there's tall structures in the area.
They're a little low flying here.
That's right. They're in formation, flying in formation.
But you have your own Air Force.
That's right. That's Ed's Air Force right there.
To scale.
Right to scale. On the other side, of course, is the Budweiser sign, which was just put in. I try to add something for each show, and then of course all the ambulance, the fire trucks, and the ladder. And you notice that the firemen are going up the ladder to try to, and they're going to save the two people that are trapped in the building here. Here we have a car that has derailed, and the crane was called in to lift the car and put it back on the track.
And how long has it taken you to assemble this creation?
Off and on, I've been working on it for about a year. And the background is nothing more than the skyline of Boston.
Certainly is amazing.
Well, thank you very much.
strumming on the old banjo.
Yes, Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Well, hey, stick around, because we're going to be back with more Primetime and another song by Reflection right after this.
It's one of those days when everything goes wrong. It starts off bad and gets worse all day long. It's one of those days when you catch the blame for things you didn't do. It's one of those days when you need a friend to pull you through. Bad days need good friends like you.
Adopt your own good friend today.
Clint Eastwood is a little upset.
Seems some misguided individuals out there are abusing our public lands, and I don't like it. And I don't think you do either. Vandalizing parks and robbing historic sites or overrunning wild areas, those are ours, and we have to save them. As I see it, these clowns can either clean up their act or get out of town.
Write Take Pride in America. Post Office Box 1339, Jessup, Maryland 20794.
Yes, welcome back to Primetime. Well, hey, they're back. They sound great. Here's another song by Reflection called Somewhere Out There.
Somewhere out there, someone sing a prayer that we'll find one another in that big somewhere out there. Even though I know how very far apart we are, help to think we might be wishing we're on the same bright star.
And when the night wind starts to sing a lonesome lullaby, it helps to think we're same big sky. Somewhere out there, if love can see us through, then we'll be together somewhere out there, out where dreams come true.
Even though I know how very far apart we are, help to think we might be wishing on the same bright star.
And when the night wind starts to sing a lonesome lullaby, it helps to think we're sleeping underneath the same big sky. Somewhere out there, if love can see us through, then we'll be together somewhere out there, out where dreams come true.
Yes, somewhere out there, performed beautifully by Reflection. That really does bring tears to my eyes. Well, Mark tells me we're just about out of time here on Prime Time, and I'd like to thank all my guests, the group Reflection, along with the people from the AMHERST Railway Society, and I'd like to thank you for watching, and do join us again next time on Prime Time. Good night, everybody. In the meantime, I'm going swimming.